Hey, Hockey fans, how's everybody doing? Ouch is the only thing I know what to say. I mean, it was crazy. 0 for 3 yesterday. So I guess you can only be thankful that there's another day to lay wagers. But all one goal games. I mean, Winnipeg, they lost 4-3. Minnesota lost to Buffalo 5-4. And Anaheim took a loss 5-4 as well. So it was kind of a rough night, that's for sure. We're going to see if we can turn that around. Did a little extra research and I picked 4 games that I like on Saturday, March the 5th, 2022. So I'll go through them quick and I'll tell you where I'm going to lay my money. And then I'll be posting results probably later today or tomorrow. First game we're going to talk about is Chicago against Philadelphia. Philadelphia with Martin Jones confirmed to be in net. They're 2-6-2 in their last 10, current 2-game losing streak. Chicago with Kevin Lankinen listed, confirmed to be in net, 4-5-1 in their last 10, current 1-game winning streak for Chicago Flyers. They sit last in the Metropolitan with 42 points. Last game played on Thursday versus Minnesota when Philly had the lead on 4 occasions. They lost the lead all 4 occasions and ended up taking that 5-4 loss. Although a loss, I mean, I think there were some good points. I saw some improvement. I continue to see improvement in this Philly team, and I know the numbers don't show that, but I think you have to look beyond that sometimes, more than just the final results. And Philadelphia's played some good hockey games. They just ended up on the wrong side of the final decision. Hawks, they sit 7th in the Central with 48 points last game Thursday when they almost gave it away to Edmonton, but hung on, rallied, and found the overtime win. Alex DeBrincat with a power play goal in overtime, number 30 for DeBrincat. DeBrincat, Kane, Seth Jones, all playing well for the Hawks. Yet, I mean, another struggling club. Lankinen, he hasn't seen much action. I think he's played 1 game in roughly the last 40 days. First meeting between these two teams, Philly has won the last 5 times that these teams have met, outscoring Chicago 18-6 in those 5 matches. Numbers are very comparable on these teams. I mean, goal differential, for example, -50 for the Hawks, -54 for Philly. And, you know, the Hawks, they're on beginning a back-to-back. They play Tampa on Sunday. They could sleep a little bit here on Philly, and that might be why they're favored a little. One of the reasons anyway. If you look at common opponents, that doesn't tell you anything. They're at 32% apiece. So you kind of got to go with who you think is going to win. Money line plus 105 or Chicago 2.05. Philly favored at 1.8 or -125. Over under set at 6. I like the home favorite. I think Philly and Martin Jones are going to take the W here. Philly to win the game. Next one, we got Montreal against Edmonton. Edmonton with Mikko Koskinen listed to be in net. They're 6-3-1 in their last 10. Their streak is an overtime decision. Montreal with Sam Montembeault listed to be in net, 6-4-0 in their last 10. Current 1-game winning streak. In the tight Pacific Division, Edmonton sits 4th, 64 points. Played a heartbreaker Thursday against Chicago when Evander Kane tied the game with less than a minute left in the game. And then a bad penalty in overtime ended up with the final 4-3 overtime loss to the Hawks. Shots were 32 apiece, each team converting once with the man up. Koskinen now 1-0-1 for the month of March. This is the first game back for Edmonton from a 5-game road trip where they went 2-2-1. Montreal, they're last in the Atlantic, but being respected, winning 6 of their last 7. Off a win Thursday that took extra time in Calgary. Final was 5-4 for the Canadiens in overtime. Back and forth game for sure. Montreal gave up a shorthanded goal. They played solid, perfect on the penalty kill, 1 for 6 on the power play. You know, in Chicago, Calgary's not an easy team to defeat. So good on Montreal, right? Montreal has scored 20 goals in their last 5 games. The team's best stretch by far this season. Interim head coach Martin St. Louis obviously motivating the team well. Edmonton, hopefully they're going to score first if they look for the W. I mean, they're 16-0-0, the only team that's perfect when scoring first this season. Last game between these two, they met once. January 29th, it was a 7-2 win for the Oilers. Money line, Montreal plus 210 or 3.1 is the dog. Over under set at 6.5. Edmonton favored -250 or 1.4. I even like Edmonton on the puck line here, -1.5. which pays a little bit better, minus 105 or 1.95. I'll take Edmonton to win the game, and I'll lay a wager on the puck line on that one for sure. Next game, we got a Canadian matchup, Vancouver and Toronto. Toronto 5-4-1 in their last 10, current one-game losing streak. Jack Campbell has been confirmed to be between the pipes for the Leafs. Vancouver with Thatcher Demko in net, they're 7-3-0 in their last 10, current one-game winning streak. Leafs, they sit third in the Atlantic with 74 points, 4 points behind a new number 1 Tampa, who now sits in first. Wednesday, the Leafs last played at home versus Buffalo when the Sabres handed Toronto a 5-1 loss. Toronto with a 19-6-1 record at home. Shots balanced 31-30 in favor of Buffalo, 0-for-1 on the power play, and gave one up, one down a man. The opening goal for Buffalo, actually, Rasmus Sandin with the lone goal for Toronto. And, there's talk that Toronto's going to be looking at goalies for the trade deadline, so we'll have to see what happens there. I mean, they are first in the penalty kill, first in the puck drop, and fourth in goals for. So definitely giving their goalie some support, but goalies have been a struggle for Toronto a little bit. But, I mean, Toronto's not hurting. They're doing all right. This is going to be a good game. I think this might be the game I'm most looking forward to watching, actually. Vancouver, they sit 6th in the Pacific with 60 points. 11th off first place Calgary. Tight division. Last action Thursday at the New York Islanders when the Canucks found the W with a 4-3 victory. 2 goals in the third, 45 seconds apart, ended up securing the victory. JT Miller with strong play, 8 points in his last 4 games, 3 goals and 5 helpers. In Demko's last 5, when he has played his position, 4 wins, and the last time when he didn't start the game, but he did a relief appearance, he had a .947 save percentage when he played over half a game. Series wrapped up Saturday here, met only once before, not quite a month ago when Vancouver ended up on top. It was a 3-2 win for the Canucks. Jack Campbell has let in 14 goals in his last 3 games when he has been between the pipes for the Leafs. If you're looking for a big dog, I like the dog here. I mean, Moneyline has Vancouver as a big dog. They're plus 180 or 2.8. Toronto heavily favored at minus 220 or 1.45. Over-under set at 6.5. I like Vancouver on the puck line, actually. Plus 1.5, pays 1.71. But I actually like them to win the game. I'm going to call them to win the game, but I'm going to lay a wager probably on the puck line. Because it could be one that goes a distance with some extra time, maybe even a shootout. Who knows? Anyway, I'm going to take Vancouver. That's my pick. Last one I'm going to talk about, we got Seattle taking on Washington. Washington 4-6-0 in their last 10. Current one-game winning streak. Vitek Vanacek listed to be in net for the Caps. Seattle with Philip Grubauer between the pipes. 2-7-1 in their last 10. Current one-game winning streak. The Caps are 4th in the Metropolitan with 67 points. 8 points behind the Rangers, who sit 3rd. Not an impressive last 10, although off a win Thursday against a division opponent, Carolina, who's in first. Washington blanked the Canes 4-0. Vanacek keeping all 36 shots out. Ovechkin talent number 33. Sheary had a good game with 2 helpers. Vanacek now with 3 shootouts in his last 8 starts. This marks the Kraken's first trip to play in the capital, also off a win their last game Wednesday, a 4-3 victory over Nashville. A shorthanded goal by Colin Blackwell in the third ended up breaking a 3-3 tie and proved to be the winner. Seattle had lost 7 in a row before this win and are last in the division and could end last in the league if not careful. Grubauer is not giving me any confidence. A 12-23-5 record, a .888 save percentage, and a 3.17 goals against average. This game concludes play between these two. Met once November 21st, and Seattle actually won that game 5-2. Seattle yet to string together more than 2 consecutive wins this season. I mean, I know it's their first year, but yeah, if they're not careful, they're going to end up in last place in the league. Money line plus 190 or 2.9 for Seattle. Big dog over under set at 5.5. Washington minus 230 or 1.43. Puck line at minus 1.5. It pays 110 or 2.1. I like Washington to win the game. Best bet, Washington to win the game on the puck line, minus 1.5. I'm going to go 5 there. I'm going to parlay Vancouver on the puck line, plus 1.5 at 1.71. Philly on the money line. I'll parlay those two together. And then I'll do a solo bet on Edmonton on the puck line, minus 1.5 at 1.95. I'm going to go Washington to beat Seattle. I'm going to go Vancouver to beat Toronto, Edmonton to beat Montreal, and Philly to beat Chicago. Hope everyone has a great Saturday. Enjoy the hockey. Good luck with your picks. Thanks for watching.